AFP MMA presents Beyond the Cage Door podcast. Real people, real passion, real fights. With your host, Ryan James.
What's going on? I'm your host, Ryan James, and welcome to AFP Beyond the Cage Door podcast, where we bring you real people, real passion, and real fights. What is going on? Matt, can you hear me? All right. I got to get you going here, brother. Let's see. All right. So do you have if you got a mic thing on there, click your mic because your mic is muted. I am not hearing nothing from you. Still though. This is weird. This is crazy. Yeah, because usually, like I said, I can. Yep. So usually, I tell people when you log into the studio thing, it'll be a little thing. Make sure when you log in, you click that mic thing that pops up. Okay. Let's see. This is always, yeah. Shout out to Matt Indoe, though. He's getting ready to come on here shortly once we get him set up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Sweet. What's going on, man?
nothing much. Just trying to stay busy and rehab this injury. Montana, he's a great guy, man. Me and him have been messaging each other back and forth. I love that, man. I love when there's all good spirits and stuff, no matter who wins, who loses. I just been training really hard and stuff, but I mean now with the wrist injury or the thumb injury, I have to kind of see how bad it is. I'm getting MRI this Thursday, so hopefully I can see what I can do from there.
You guys had a hell of a fight there, man. You guys had a hell of a fight there, and it's a lot of the bouts in AFP 7 were just like so intense that I mean, first and second round, you had those things that happen, that little small injuries, and just people were just really going so hard. You still there?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. You know what I mean? So let's talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about that victory breakdown. Tell me, what were your feelings when you were first going into the fight? You got Montana Roberts, AFP kind of like veteran, because he's fought in a lot of AFP fight cards. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I debuted at AFP and I loved it, man. You guys are awesome. Like, I love fighting for you guys. And I remember when I fought my first ever fight, my debut was with AFP, and he fought on the same card. And I remember in the back sizing him up in my head, like, I can see myself fighting him. That's going to be a good fight. And I was like, yeah, it was crazy.
And a lot of things about that when when it gets to the point where you guys keep seeing each other and, within the same bouts in the AFP, it almost feels like, with this type of, promotion, getting into the, like the feeling at home with this promotion, and I think with you guys both fighting in the humble beginnings of AFP, I think that's a dope thing. And to have you guys meet up at AFP 7 to really just get at it. And like you said, you were sizing him up since the first time, right?
Oh yeah, man. It wasn't anything personal. Like I was looking at guys my size, guys that are fighting 185 because I was 205.
Yeah.
I was walking around maybe 210, 215, and man, my legs were huge, man. I was like walking around and stuff. I was squatting heavy. My coach was like, you know what, for your first fight, you might not get anybody good. You might get somebody really good. And, my first fight was up against Kylan Daniel, who's 6'4".
Wow.
And he was coming from Columbus. I think he trained at Ronin.
Okay.
I can't remember, but he was a solid guy, man. He was really good. I remember my legs were chopped up from all of his leg kicks and stuff. And it's just like, my coaches, like, especially Alfonso, like, he's always like, dude, you got to put on a poker face no matter how bad it hurts. You just keep going. And that was one of them fights. Like that fight, I probably took more damage than I should have. But once I figured out I can't fight 205, I talked with Justin, who's my main coach, and he was like, yeah, 185 probably.
That's where you're good at.
Yeah, for now. I know at some point I'm going to have to be 170. I'm like 5'10", and honestly, maybe even 155. I don't know. I'm very open-minded when it comes to that stuff.
I like that. Take me back to AFP 7 with your bout Montana Roberts. Tell me, what point in the fight did you kind of figure like, I got this guy figured out?
I knew that he had knocked out a lot of people. I was there when he knocked down that one guy, the real tall guy. I think that was his third victory.
Okay.
That's when I debuted, and I remember thinking like, man, this guy's got some really good striking.
Right.
So, we come from a heavy grappling gym, and I've been bouncing around with different striking coaches like Clinton Smith from Iron Tiger, Muay Thai, Bill Gentry. I saw him a few times. Even back my first ever coach, Chad Catry out in Adrenaline Academy. I was training with him too. I've had a bunch of different striking from everywhere, but no, I just remember seeing his striking, and I was like, man, I'm going to have to look out for that. I'm going to make sure I have real good striking defense. I already knew my grappling was there.
Right.
I didn't see me dropping him. I'm not going to lie. So
right.
I'm going to walk through that. Cause I remember telling Yoey after the fight, I was like, dude, I remember him hitting me. And I remember I threw like a 3 and a 4 or a 4 and a 3.
Okay.
And I was like, I remember feeling him. I was like, oh, so that's what's been knocking everybody out. I remember it brought up my chin, and I was like, okay, I got a big head. I'll be all right,
Yeah.
And I remember when he punched me, like I remember my head flying back, and I was like, okay, I'm not out, so I think I'm good. and I remember I circled out after that combination, and he started backing up, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to try to charge in and see what I can get. And I threw the left hook, and it missed him by just this much. And then I threw the overhand. It was like a weird overhand Superman punch. I'm sure one of my striking coaches are going to get really upset when they watch that back and they see my back foot off the ground. And but no, it landed where it needed to be. And then I remember as I was going in, I had my eyes closed. And this is a true story. I told Yoey this. I had my eyes closed when I threw that punch. And I heard the crowd go, oh, and I was like, oh, did I just get knocked down? And then I opened up my eyes and I looked down, and Montana was on up against the cage. And I was like, oh, no way. And then I just started punching him. And then like he fought up the turtle, and my mind was, oh, jump on his back, dude. I looked like a spider monkey, dude. I jumped on him. And then I fell off to the side, and I heard my coach Justin yelling at me. He's like, "No, you're on your side. You need to come up." And I was like, "Yes, you're right." I was getting overzealous, trying to get that choke.
Yeah.
But reality, like you make one small mistake, and it'll cost you not only the fight, but it could be an injury, anything like that. And, it's crazy because I'm talking about this right now, and I remember when he fell. And I started punching him. That's actually what messed up my hand. I have a subluxation, which is I think it's like a complicated dislocation with like a nerve damage. And I might have to have surgery. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll have to see Thursday. Yeah, it was from the hammer fist. I just got so excited. I dropped him. I was like, oh, no way. And then
So like a lot of that energy, I mean, just really going forward, and like you said, you close your eyes, you went in for that Superman punch, and like
Superman
you were
overhand,
like,
something.
you know what I mean? And then you were just like, oh shoot. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
from that adrenaline, like you just walked me through that, right? And the whole time I'm witnessing how you're looking at it. And it's adrenaline, man, because you're like, you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know he was going to knock you out or what you were going to do. Wow.
Yeah, because I knew he had really good anti-wrestling. I knew he was a good striker. I saw some of his videos, like he's really good at cutting angles. He can switch a lot. He goes southpaw. He doesn't really throw a whole bunch of kicks,
Right.
which I remember the one body kick he threw, I think it hit my elbow.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, that was a good block. And then like I looked at his face and his face didn't change. I'm like, bro, am I tripping, or did he not like feel like my elbow hit his foot?
Right,
And I
right,
was
right.
like, it's stuff like that. Like you got to admire, like I mean, I've messaged him quite a bit. He's been a really good dude. And,
Yes, he is.
I mean,
he's a real good dude.
you know, it's really cool. So,
Yeah.
no, but he actually messaged me and asked me about my hand, cause he literally saw my thumb joint pop in and out of place.
Wow.
Like I looked at my coach, Justin. I went backstage and I was like, hey, I don't know if my thumb joint is supposed to be near my index finger joint. And he like starts laughing. He's like, all right, and then the adrenaline wore off and I started feeling the pain, and then I almost passed out because I saw my thumb joint was like near my index finger. And I was like, I don't think my thumb's supposed to do that. And he was like reporting it. You know, Yoey's trying to get ready. He's getting his wraps, you know, all done. And he's like, and Yoey, man, he's like a big brother, man. Like he pulled me aside. He's like, sit down. Like, we don't need you passing out right now.
Right.
Mind you, he's getting his hands wrapped. He's about to go fight for the first time in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, I know he's got to be nerve-wracked, you know, all messed up, but
Right.
It's just really cool, man. It's really cool.
You know, so talk to me a little bit about, you know, what that does overall for that victory, for your confidence, man. What does that do for you?
I mean, man, I didn't believe it. Like if you watch the fight, after the fight, I was grabbing my head. Like it's almost like how people, when they win a championship or something, like they can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I felt, because I'm not gonna lie, like I was worried to fight him. I was worried about, because that's such a huge jump. From what I understand, I told my coach Justin, I said, from now on, you talk to the matchmaker, which is Nicole.
Yeah.
And I said, if you talk to Nicole, whatever she says, whatever she gives to you, and you say yes, I'm automatically going to say yes.
Right.
Because I know he wouldn't steer me wrong. You know what I mean?
No.
So I was supposed to fight somebody else, and because he straight up messaged me, he goes, all right, well, you're fighting this person on June 20th.
Right.
He's 3-0. It was another guy that was 3-0. And I was like, okay. I was a little nervous. I was like, did we get any footage on him or anything? He's like, doesn't matter. You're going to win. I'm like, okay. But it wasn't even him. It ended up being Montana, because I remember Nicole sent me a contract, and I was like, that's not the same guy. And I know who that is. I asked Justin, I was like, do you think I'm ready for someone that just fought for the title? He's like, it doesn't matter. You're going to win. I'm like, why do you keep saying that? And, you know, he just has so much confidence in me, and it you know, it makes me emotional every time I think about it, because it's like I don't have that confidence in myself, and to hear that from somebody I look up to and is my coach, like Yoey and Alfonso and all these guys, like when they tell me stuff like that, I don't believe it. And then I go out and I win, and it's like what they're saying is true. And it's like in my head, like I like the way I am, like I don't see what they see, you know? And it was crazy to even win.
And that's the good thing about coaches like that instill, you know, that confidence in you when you don't even know it's there, you know. And that's the awesome thing about having coaches and people in your corner that really support you, because they bring out something that you're not even aware of. And sometimes that's good. That's what we need. You know, those people that can really let us know, like, you know, I believe in you. And even though you don't know all the skills you got, I see them. So it's definitely good to have that in your corner, man. But I want to talk a little bit about, you know, what's next for you.
As of right now, I have to see about this injury. I wanted to jump on that, September card or the
August
end
card?
of August.
Yeah.
Yeah, end of August. I was looking at that one, and I'm not gonna lie, I went to the orthopedic to get my hand looked at.
Uh-huh.
And first thing I asked him, my girlfriend was sitting right next to me. First thing I asked him, I go, what are the chances I can fight August 29th? And, and he's like looking at my thumb, and he like looks up at me like this. He's like, I'm like, oh, come on. It's not that bad, is it? He's like 2 months minimum. He
Like,
said 2 months minimum. And I was like, oh man, my girlfriend, my girlfriend couldn't even talk to me. On the way home, I look like a sad dog. And I got to go to the bed or something. Man, it was so bad.
She's like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong? Would you let your hand heal for 5 seconds?
No, she yelled at me multiple times because he basically told me I have to wear this like a cast.
Yeah.
Like I'm not supposed to be taking it off.
Uh-huh.
And I'm out there shadow boxing, like I'm out running and stuff, and I have to. The only time I'll take it off is if I have to like do cardio or something, because that's all I can't lift weights.
Yeah. Right.
So I've just been doing a whole bunch of cardio, and as soon as I get back in, she's like, shower and put it on. I'm like, okay, I got you.
Yeah, when the women start, giving you that voice and that tone, you'd be like, all right, because I know how that is. Because when the wife says something like, all right, hey, let me shut up.
We need that though. You know what I mean? We need that because we're stubborn.
Keep us together, man, because we always don't have the plan, man. Sometimes somebody got to keep us in check,
Yep.
So what's overall, man, just what's your end game in this whole MMA, fighting? What does Matt Indoe want to be at the end of the day?
I think one thing at a time. I know Justin used to yell at me for getting too ahead of myself. I mean, I would sign up for jiu-jitsu tournaments, like multiple within like months. He's like, well, what if you get injured? Like, what are you not thinking about? Like one thing at a time, like slow down.
Yeah.
When I first started, I told myself, I want to see where it goes. I've never been the type of person to be like, oh, I'm going to be in the UFC. I don't have confidence like that.
Yeah.
I just want to see where it goes. My plan is to win a few more. And, even after this, I talked to David Yaney after the fight. I was like, what do you think? Like title shot? He's like, man, maybe it might be time. Like it makes sense. And I was like, and then I literally, after the fight, I held up my hand and I was like, oh, I forgot about this. Like my thumb. And I was like, oh, it always works out like that, man. I swear every time. It's almost like, a higher power is telling you to slow down.
Yeah. You got to listen.
Yeah. So I think as of right now, exactly. So as of right now, I think it's just heal up and maybe I don't want to throw any ideas out because I don't want Justin to watch this and yell at me. But me and him have talked about going to maybe 170.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know. One thing at a time. I'm watching my weight right now. You know how it's fluctuating, and I'm going to school also to become a dietitian at some point too.
Nice.
So that's that is the one goal that I do want to do. I do want to be like a pro MMA fighter dietitian. I would love to do that. When I'm 40 years old and possibly in really good shape still, and not having any love handles.
Yeah, all that.
But,
you got to watch them in your 40s. Trust me, I know.
Yeah,
definitely. Man, Matt, before we get ready to end, man, any last minute shout outs you want to give?
Honestly, my girlfriend, we've been talking for, over about almost like it's fresh. I mean, it's about a month and a half, and it just happened quick. It worked out. She went to my fight. She was cage side, super supportive. She ate the same thing I was eating the last week. So that's when I knew it was serious. She was sitting there eating chicken salad with me every day.
Nice.
She's awesome. I love her. My coaches, Alfonso Morales, Juan Morales, he was in my corner.
Yeah.
Justin LeBen, those guys, Yoey Rojas, there's so many teammates, Jesse Murray. He was, man, I feel so bad for him. And I know him and Dylan are beefing right now and stuff. I get it, man. I really do. But I did comment on Dylan's post, and I told him, I was like, hey, no, I'm not trying to disrespect you or nothing.
Yeah.
I just think it's wrong the way everything went out. And, I just didn't like him celebrating when Jesse had a torn bicep. That's all I was trying to say. Whether he quit or not,
Right.
I don't see Jesse doing that. That's just me because I've trained with him.
All right.
He's like a big brother to me. But Dylan's always been cool to me, and that was the first time like I thought maybe I was like, oh,
you know what? Trust me, all that just leads for a round 2, and it's coming.
That's what I'm hoping.
I don't know when, but that's going to be the biggest round 2 ever.
Oh, 100%. And I'm all for it, man. And I remember when it first got announced, I was like, oh my God, that's so crazy. I did not see that matchup. I was excited. And then the fact that I could fight on that card with Jesse, Yoey, Alfonso, I went backstage and I told my coach, I go, it's kind of bittersweet. Like I won, but I watched all of them suffer and lose.
Yeah.
Alfonso lost to a split decision, which I think he won.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like that's why Nicole always said, like, that's why you got to make sure you finish it.
That's why you got to do it. Yeah.
And seeing Jesse backstage, man, and then Yoey, I think he got excited when he had the armbar, when his opponent had the armbar. I think he was going to try to pick him up and slam him, but he cut an angle, and it was a weird stoppage. I rewatched it a couple times, and we went over it and stuff. I'm really hoping we can get him back in too. He's such an awesome fighter, and that was the worst Yoey. No offense to him, that was the worst Yoey. Like, because when I saw him in fight camp, like that guy was draining himself to make weight. I think he was in the 170s to make 155.
Wow.
And he was killing him. Like, you guys have no clue. That guy went through hell during that fight camp. He really did. Me and Alfonso, we had a good fight camp.
Yeah.
Yoey struggled because that was the first time in almost 4 years. But I just want to shout out my team, Iron and Soul. We're a very small gym, but quality over quantity, 100%.
Definitely, man. Matt Indoe, man, AFP 7 victory winner against Montana Roberts, man. Matt, thanks for coming on, man. Anytime you need, stop by AFP Beyond the Cage Door podcast. You ever want to interview any upcoming fights, talk nutrition, MMA nutrition, whatever you want to do, bud, we're here for you. I appreciate you coming on today.
I really appreciate you too. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. All right. What is going on, my man Jay Bashaw?
How's it going, brother?
What's going on?
Going great, man. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good, man. I am good, man.
God bless.
We're coming off of AFP 7, man. Just, gosh, that was crazy.
Yes, sir.
Was crazy. How are you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling great. That was the biggest stage I have been on yet. And it was surreal, man. It was definitely an eye-opening experience.
So talk to me a little bit about, overall, just start, let's start from the beginning. Like the day you signed your AFP contract and throughout the whole process, man, what was your expectations from the beginning? I mean, going off of what AFP does, did you be like, man, this is, I can't wait? Yeah. Or did you be like, or were you a skeptic, or how were you feeling?
Man, I was pumped up. I mean, to put it lightly, man, I've seen what AFP has done. And, the fights that I fought for have not been that stage, have not been that stage. So it was definitely, I was pumped up, man. I was pumped. I felt it. I felt the energy. The crowd was amazing. But in anticipation, it was really nice to actually know my opponent as soon as I did. It was a very good fight camp. It was a great time, man. I was very blessed to have this opportunity.
Now, you say you got to know your opponent. So talk to me a little bit about your preparation, because like when I always, I do the pre-fight shows, I do the post-fights, I'm there. And I talk to a lot of my guests I'm interviewing about their process. Some people really study their fighters, and some people just feel like I go into it, my fight camp, doing what I do. Yeah. Tell me about your preparation.
That's a great question. To answer that realistically, I do a little bit of my own research, but I mean, I just follow my coach. My coach is the one, Joe Garcia. He does his research, he does his studying. There are some things we looked out for. Anthony had a really strong right hand. He was good with
Right.
footwork.
Mhm.
And we had a game plan going into that to kind of outlay that. We knew what he was going to do, and yeah, he did. He gave me a great plan. So all practice, all training camp, we were doing things that Anthony tended to do in some of his previous fights, and it worked out great.
Yeah.
Everything we did, everything we studied, and by the way, he weathered me as well. He was very good at
Right,
my
right.
game.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it was a great preparation. So I'm very thankful for my coach being able to see things from the way he sees it, and then I can actually go in the cage and do it.
He gave you the ultimate playbook and the ultimate plan, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when in the fight did you know, like, I got this?
Yeah, truthfully, man, within the first round, I'm not to be like a cocky point of view. I just
Right,
felt like I
right,
was
right.
in control. I felt like I
Yeah.
was in control. And again, this dude hit me with some hitters, man. He cut my eye up, but I felt like we handled what he was going to do in the first minute. And then after that, it was kind of just, okay, who wants it more? After that, because after that first minute, game plans really go out the window.
They do.
Um,
They just like,
you
let's go
know,
now.
Yeah, but yeah, I felt strong. I felt like I had a good opening round. He clipped me to start off with a strong jab, kind of woke me up a little bit. Um, and then yeah, I kept my teep active, kept my feet active. Every time he wanted to switch his feet, I'd smack that inside leg,
Uh,
keep those teeps active so he couldn't step back and pull on me. Um, yeah, so definitely a lot of preparation going into this. I mean, all respect to him. He was a great fighter.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
So, w- I know one thing that AFP always gives to the fighters is like that adrenaline rush of being at such a big stage.
Oh yeah.
So being there, holding, having that victory, what did you think of, like, okay, what's next for me? Like, what was going through your head as your hand was being held as the winner? What's going through your head?
Man, that's another great question. Honestly, I'm still doing it, and I did it.
Yeah,
That's kind of where my mindset is. I mean, I've been wrestling my whole life, so I grew up wrestling.
right,
So I've
right.
always been in that competitive mindset. And
Hmm.
then I spent a few years kind of doing my own thing, not really involved in the fight game. So now that I'm back, I
Hmm.
know that this is always what I've wanted to do. I
Hmm.
have the keys, I have the tools, and it just the feeling is surreal. I just want to
Yeah,
be back.
yeah,
That's as simple as I could be. I could be like, I want to be right back in this chair, right back in this main stage,
yes.
and the next time is going to be for the title. Next
Next
time will be
time,
for the title.
I love that. I love that.
Absolutely.
So what weight are you fighting at again?
Yeah, so I'm kind of fluctuating, just right around the 185 range, probably what I'll stay at with the amateur.
Okay,
Um, I'm a very lean individual, so
gotcha.
for me to cut to that 170 at the amateur level is it's very difficult for me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that same day weigh-ins hurts. So
yeah,
I'll probably be sticking around the 185 for now. It's my natural weight right around the 190. So I feel natural there. I feel strong. And then when I
yeah.
do make my pro debut, eventually I will shoot back down to 170. Um,
Nice.
but for now, I lost too much strength my first cut. I did
Yeah.
do the 170, lost way too much.
Mhm.
Just wasn't worth it to me. It's like, you know,
Exactly. So one of the things I always wonder when I discuss with fighters about weight cutting and then versus going, when they get ready for their pro debut, what is it about, like, is it something about making sure, like, if you're going to do a pro debut, being at a weight you're more comfortable at, or something that's challenging?
definitely a weight that you're comfortable at.
Hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I feel like weight cutting is a very important aspect.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be to the point where your whole body is drained and you can't really compete.
Gotcha.
And you've seen that more times than not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to fight at a strong weight. I want to fight. I don't need to cut my body to half of my body, right? I know I'm a good fighter. I know what I'm
Right.
capable of.
Right. Right. Right.
So for me to strip myself of what is my amazing athleticism and my energy and my cardio, to me feels like a disservice.
Okay.
Feels like a disservice. Like I did all this in fight camp. Now I'm losing this,
Right. Right. Like, what did you do all
So
that for? Right.
that's where I'm at with it. I think you should weight cut, of course, but I mean, it shouldn't be drastic. I mean,
Yeah.
you should be able to still walk around and be cool. I want to hop in the cage and not have a inkling of doubt. Like I
Yes.
do this.
Exactly. I do this. In the
Yeah.
words of my man Dylan Buckup. I do this for real.
Yeah. You always show up to work every day, man. This is what I
Right,
do, you know?
right. I love it, man. So, what's next?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, first things first, I did manage to kind of jack up my thumb a little bit in this fight. Um, so I got a little recovery path going forward with that. I wish I could give you a timetable, but I'm
Uh,
really just sticking with the recovery plan to heal up as fast as I can. But realistically, the goal is to get back in the cage, get ready for that title shot, and turn
yes,
pro. And
I
turn
love it,
pro.
man. That sounds like a clear path and a good one as well, man.
Yeah.
Any last minute shout outs, Jay?
Yeah, just shout out my team, man. Shout out Joe Garcia. We over there at Garcia MMA. Not a massive gym, not a massive gym, but the quality there is great. The one-on-ones, the coaching, the team that I have behind me that roots for me every day. I got Ryan Cornell, we got Sean Freeman, we got some monsters over with us. You know what I mean?
Oh
So I'm
yeah,
just excited for what we're doing. I thank God for everybody who's with me on this path, and I appreciate American Fight Promotions for letting me come out, win fight of the night, and give you guys a great performance.
that was dope, man, and definitely a great performance it was, man.
I
Jay, I want
appreciate
to
it.
thank you for stopping by the podcast. I'm sure we got more coming from you in the future. Heal
Oh
up.
yes,
You got get that thumb back ready to go, and hopefully see you in the ring soon, man.
yes, sir. Well, God bless. Thank you, sir.
Bless you too, man. Have a good one.
You as
All
well.
right. Yep. That was just Jay Bashaw. Man, great victory in AFP 7. Man, just coming, just, what I mean? Like I said, a lot of grip fighting and a lot of things going on, but like a lot of people succumbed, some injuries, some things, because they were in there brawling. AFP 7 in Toledo was a brawl. A lot of people were the adrenaline was moving so much. And, you had some people got in there and just really went hard, and and it's crazy because a lot of people they were looking forward to this upcoming AFP 8 at the U1 Flight Dome August 29th. AFP 8 is going to be a crazy one. Dayton, right? So Dayton, this is the first time American Fight Promotions is coming to Dayton, Ohio, and they're putting them in the rotation. So we're definitely looking to get that Dayton market involved, and I'm excited, man. The U1 Flight Dome, which is a great freaking venue in Dayton. Man, I just can't wait. Just can't wait. It's going to be a good event. But stay tuned. We got a couple more guests coming up. We got Kolby McDonald, and we got another guest after that coming up. So I think, hold on, Kolby McDonald. Let me get my list together here. We got Kolby McDonald coming up here shortly, and then we got Talley coming in, who's actually they're going to be going up against each other in AFP 8. So stay tuned for that. All right, I'll catch you guys in a minute.
Fari.
Bro, what's going on?
How are you doing, big dog?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm at the gym, getting that work in. Right after this interview, right back to striking, learning all the new stuff.
All the new stuff. Hey, it's a little bit, it's a little bit different when you coming into the interview as a champ, right?
No, I don't think so, man. I don't really think about that stuff, dude. I'm just another regular fighter. I just have a little bit more accolades.
Right. Very humble. I love that, Kolby. Keep it. I love it. But you're the champ in my eyes, bro.
Oh, I'm the champ in my eyes. I definitely like won the fight and did my thing, but I think I don't really like think that changes me or sets me apart from anybody else. And
Mhm.
any other fighter could do the same thing.
Right. So as you're getting ready, man. So we got AFP 8 coming up, right? August 29th.
Yes,
So
sir.
so defending this title and doing everything we got to do. What's how are you approaching this fight versus any other fight you ever had?
No different. I see the guy's strengths. Like he has a nice overhand and he likes to kickbox. And but I just worry about what I'm supposed to do. Like I'm
Right.
supposed to stay away from that. I'm supposed to beat him up and do everything that that I know that I'm good at. I'm not supposed, I don't know that it's any different than any other fight. And especially since Ohio doesn't have 5 round, I thought it had 5 round championship fights. It has 3 rounds, so it's literally just like any other fight.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely, man.
I guess
So
like
go
I
ahead.
have to go to the higher echelon. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I
Oh,
mean,
you're good.
obviously, I have to fight higher ranked fighters in the amateur scene, but I don't like I said, like I like those harder fights, and I had to take some. I took a bit of time off, and I'm
Mhm.
back like training hard, and I feel great. I feel like the best I ever have.
So speaking, I want to talk a little bit more about that. So just having the time off. Um, I know a lot of fighters may think if they're not constantly in that ring or they may lose a little bit. But tell me the
You
benefits
definitely
of.
do. You have to. I think like after this fight, I plan to get another fight in before the end of the year and try to
Okay,
be as active as possible. I do
right.
think like especially in the amateur scene, since like there's less time in the rounds and
Mhm.
people aren't as skilled at doing damage, and so you get to the like at these upper ranks. Like when I fought Trace, like after it, like I left with a headache. Like we were
Right, right.
cracking each other. But my
Yeah.
first, I mean, I got hit a couple times. But now
Okay.
at these like high level fights, you do have to take them a little bit more seriously because you can get more damage. But I do think like if you're not like fighting, you should be doing like a jujitsu thing or like I was gonna do a cage wrestling match and it just like kind of fell through. But like just anything you can do to stay active and to like perform, I think you should do. And like I mean I was hidden in the gym and like just like staying quiet and staying,
Yeah.
getting my time up. And yeah, I got a new striking coach as he's yeah, and that he set me up, and I think this is like the next I'm going to the next level. I think I'm gonna go pro next year,
Okay.
and yeah,
I love it, man. I love it.
that's the plan. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Okay. Oh, you good. You good, man. So, AFP, like I said, getting ready, title shot, AFP, getting ready to go pro. Seems like a lot of good things coming and you're headed to do. So, let's go let's go to next let's fast forward 2 years down the line. Where's Kolby McDonald? Where are you at?
Hopefully I still got like another, well, no, definitely. I'm gonna have like I'm gonna get a few wins. I'm gonna pick my
Okay.
fights and get my fights up, and then hopefully I can get on like a contender series,
Mhm.
LFA, like PFL debut, something like that. Like it's like a lower part of an organization to like
Mhm.
work up to get to the higher level.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it, man. Sounds like a plan, man. Kolby McDonald, AFP 8, coming in to defend that title belt, man, on August 29th. Give me what shout outs you got, Kolby? Just give me some shout outs. I know you got some.
First and foremost, Jesus Christ is
Yes.
my Lord and Savior. He's number one shout out. I'm a when he gives me all my strength. I got my new striking coach, Easy Striking Systems 2.0 is his Instagram handle. Ezra Hines, fucking phenomenal. Excuse my
Yeah.
language. He's
Yeah.
phenomenal. He's just like setting me up to like really go to the top. Obviously, my original coach Ruben Vera, the goat. He has such a great mind for the sport, and all my sparring partners Zach Westland. He's fighting on the same card with me. A pro. He's fighting a dude that I fought before, Juan Goings. Juan
Yep.
Goings is a national kickboxing champion, a
Ooh.
Waco
Yeah.
kickboxing champion. Uh,
Yes.
that's a tough fight for some pros.
That
And
is gonna be tough.
Zach Westland, he's a fucking dog. He might be 135er, but you wouldn't know it when he
Yeah.
grabs you. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. Looking forward to you, Kolby, as always, man. You're a warrior in the ring, man. You got heart, and you go into there with faith. I love it, man. I just can't wait to see you getting there and defend that title belt and so much more from you,
Oh,
man.
it's always good to see you, dude. I remember you when you grabbed me after the fight, dude. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, man. Definitely, man. I can't wait to see you in a date, man, because that's a whole new market for AFP. So it's going to be exciting, you know.
Yeah, Dayton.
Definitely.
We're gonna have it's gonna be huge because it's local and everyone can come out. That's about to be so great.
Oh, that's gonna be dope, man. I can't wait, man. All good, man. Kolby McDonald, man. AFP 8, August 29th, going against Tyler Talley. Am I right?
Yeah, that's
Tyler Talley?
just their opponent. I don't ever say my opponent's name because they're just an obstacle, and God will never let
Yeah,
and no obstacle can stand in front of God's way. And
that's
so
right.
when David never said Goliath's name and he cut off Goliath's head and then he humanized him. He's like, "Is this your Goliath?"
Uh, I love it, man. Kolby, man, you finished training, man, and good luck to you. And I will see you on August 29th, brother.
Hey, God bless you. I hope to see you, big dog.
Yep. Same to you, man. All right. Peace. All right. That was just Kolby, the Christian McDonald. I haven't heard from him in a while. Great, very good guy, man, and can't wait to see him compete. And definitely so. Definitely that. Kolby, the Christian McDonald. He will be going against an AFP 8 against Tyler Talley, which is actually I'm waiting on here in a minute. And we're going to interview him and just keep it moving, man. This has been AFP, Beyond the Cage Door podcast, man. Stay tuned.
Yeah. AFP. Beyond the cage door. We go beyond the cage door, feel that. Yeah. Fight weak jitters in a motel mirror. Hands taped up, but the mind see clearer. Walk out raw, but I'm talking about the quiet. Well, bills stack high and they still gotta buy it. Long drives home in a beat up ride. Baby on the way, got a war inside. Gym lights flicker when the rent come due. Promoter hit, gotta.
Tyler, what's going on, bro?
Nothing much. What up?
You got it, man. You got it. How you feeling today, man?
I feel great. Good
Good.
day. Nice fireworks yesterday.
Oh,
Feeling
man,
good.
where you at? You in Ohio?
Yeah, Newark.
Newark? Okay.
It's like 30 minutes east of Columbus.
Okay, my daughter stays in Newark, man, and I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked her because she's came from Mansfield. I'm from Mansfield, and she went from Mansfield to Mount Vernon, but Newark is just she loves Newark, and her mom stayed down there. What is it about Newark?
She loves Newark?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like
shocking.
I don't know if it's just like a happy medium between small town, big town.
It is. I can say that it's definitely a happy medium. It's not too small town like Mount Vernon, but
Gotcha.
it's not too crazy like Mansfield or like.
See, it is right now. I'll take that because right now my city been off the hook.
Yeah.
Gosh, man.
Yeah, I've been out that way.
Yeah, people like Mansfield. I'm like, man, hey, we wasn't never supposed to be like this. Man,
Yeah.
all right. We getting ready for AFP, man. How you feeling?
I feel great.
You know what I mean? I just got literally off the horn with Kolby McDonald, your opponent.
Yeah.
And just kind of talking to him a little bit. But just going into it, what is fight camp looking like right now?
I started a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I was actually out of town in Florida, but then as soon as I got back, I really getting started into it. I usually try to get like an 8-week fight camp.
Gotcha. So, what's your focus? And this is a title fight, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, what's your overall focus going into this title fight? Even though it's an amateur title fight, but it's a title fight. So, what's your game plan from this title fight as far as your career?
Game plan as far as after this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like going into after this.
Yeah.
I mean this. I don't try to disrespect nobody,
Yeah.
but I just know that there's levels to the fight game.
Right.
Uh, I seen the last fight, and with my fights, I feel like for most people it's a little hard to game plan with me. I come different in every fight,
Right.
and I know that I'm going to outwork people. I'm going to outwork you. I'm going to break you down. Like that's just what I do. Um, I know I'm smart. I'm very intelligent. I coach, and I'm just very intelligent about the game. Um, After this fight, I plan to win this one. I plan to go at least get another title, maybe through another promotion or defend the title one. I don't know. I'm looking to get back in the cage maybe in December, uh, somewhere around that
Right.
time, and and just keep going with it. I don't know if I'm going to rush into a pro career or not. I might just because my age. Uh, I got into the game super late. I don't know. Is that me or is that?
That's you. It's kind of breaking up a little bit. Yeah.
Got full service. I don't know what's going on there.
Phone sometimes it get to being off the hook.
Yeah, but my age, I got started in the game late with MMA. It really wasn't my plan at all to even be in the sport. Like I like the sport, but I always like boxing. But I never had a plan to even compete at all. I kind of got talked into it through coaching my nephew. He really wanted to get into MMA, so I'm like, all right, well, the best way for me to teach you is to learn it myself. So I started learning it, coaching it, and then people in the gym started noticing the skills, and they was just like, dude, you got to compete. I'm like, man, I'm 32. I don't need to be competing with you young boys. And but I got talked into it. I was like, all right, let's do it. Like I'll do it. And I plan to only take like one fight. Like my first fight, I really, I really didn't even consider myself a fighter, and that was the one loss I had. Like I went out there to get experience. I wanted to. My nephew wanted to fight, and I'm like, I can't try to talk you into going out and doing something that I didn't do myself without my own experience. I feel like the best way to lead is by example. So I went out there with I had literally had 6 months experience of training. I never wrestled, never did jujitsu, nothing. And and half of that training was just unlearning my basic boxing stances and stuff that I had. Like I already had boxing experience from training it, but not from like competing or anything. But I knew like the way I boxed, I was very susceptible to takedowns.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So that whole fight camp was just focusing on unlearning my like Philly shell boxing stance for the first like 3 months was just trying to unlearn that and get more of an MMA stance. And then the second 3 months, last 3 months of it was just working on takedown defense.
Nice.
And in that fight, I mean, what's his name? The dude I fought first. I, I can't think of his name right now. But anyways, he didn't go for like I figured with his wrestling experience, he would go for takedowns more, like shoot on my legs more. He went more for the stand up clinch and just try to get me to the ground from there and control. He didn't really do a lot other than control me, which I mean he was twice my size too. He had a lot of weight on me.
Yeah.
But I took no damage in that fight, but in that fight I went out there like I really didn't care whether I win, lose, or draw. It was just to like go out and get the experience so I could teach my nephew. But then not getting my hand raised that night was like that just in that moment changed everything. Like, no, you a fighter now. And the next time you go out here, you getting your hand raised. And, and like that changed everything. And then I fought 8 weeks later and it was a whole different story, like completely different. My rest like I instantly got in the gym. I was in the gym the next day after that fight. And instantly working clinch work, working grappling. I listen to MMA podcasts. I
Yeah.
study MMA. I watch every prelim fight to the main card. I study MMA 24/7,
So
and
yeah.
just really started learning and became a fighter after that. And now now I don't know. I didn't have a game plan, and now it's like the more I watch, and even at the highest level watching UFC, I see so many mistakes that people make that are like simple things that we learn and teach in my gym.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why are these people not doing this? Why, like,
Right.
even at the highest level, why are these people not doing these things? And I'm not going to expose everything to
Yeah.
everybody on the podcast. Like, anybody I work with, I teach them everything. I'll give knowledge to everyone that I can. But between
Yeah.
me and
Yeah.
my team, like, I'm not the smartest guy, but between me and my team, like, my coach, I don't think that there's a smarter coach in the world than Jay Murphy. I think there's coaches that are as smart, but I don't think there's a smarter coach in the world. And just the whole team that I have, in addition to my own knowledge, and I think that's a thing that comes with my maturity too. Is I'm very knowledgeable. I'm very smart with it, and I just study and watch. And the more I realize how smart I am in this game, I know the farther I can take it.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
now I'm like, well, I know I can compete at the highest level. Even though I'm 34, I know I ain't taking no damage. I can take
No.
this career to 45. I've taken zero damage. I've been punched like one solid time in every fight, except for the last one.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And the last one I didn't get hit at all. But every fight before that, I got hit like one time. Um, I move. I'm very alert and move. Like I'm like I could definitely take this career a long way if I want to. Um,
I like that attitude, man. And the thing about it, it seems to me like you started off with it just trying to be the example to your students.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Then it went from that to being a student of the really getting to a student of the game mode, and,
Yes.
and you've elevated yourself in like to the point where now it's just and you study it. So it's a thing where when you get to that level, you like, man, bring it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I don't treat it like it's easy work, but it's really easy work. A lot of it.
I
It's
can
like
tell, man.
I try not to disrespect my opponents, but I can just tell. I know I'm gonna gas you out. I know you're gonna get tired, especially wrestlers. All I fight is wrestlers. All they match me up with is wrestlers. Like, how many times can you shoot? How many times can you shoot before you get tired? How
Right.
long you gonna be able to hold me down? I'm not easy to submit. I've proved that in every fight. Every fight they go for submissions. I'm not easy to submit. So like, you gonna get tired, and when you get tired, and that's in the like I'm patient. I'm very
Yeah,
patient.
yeah.
I'll wait. I'll wait it out. I'll let you give me every like the not this last fight, but the fight before it with Kobe Sanders.
Uh-huh.
I knew that for one his body mechanics was off, so I knew he would be a little awkward.
Got it.
Um, and he's a tough dude. I knew he'd be tough, but I realized he gassed out in the first round of his fight prior to mine. And everybody I fought had first round finishes before me. So I'm
Right,
like,
right.
all right. And they get tired. So I'm like, all right. And same with this dude. I seen his last fight.
Hmm.
He's 5-0. But I see how he fights. He's not the smartest fighter.
Uh-huh.
His reactions aren't the greatest.
Yeah.
His last title fight when he got the title, the dude he fought, he didn't capitalize. He had him hurt and didn't capitalize on it.
Right.
I just see so many holes in the game. I'm just like, man, I'm gonna tire you out
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take everything from you. Like it's
That
just
that that's where that wisdom that you got is just I see
yeah,
it. I mean, they want to talk about age and all that, but it's just like that's the combination. That's just more wisdom.
right.
So you get in the ring with one of the younger ones, and they're gonna think like, oh, I'm gonna take it to what they call us, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They call us,
Yeah.
you know what
They
I
don't
mean?
know about the grown man strength yet. And I'm a
They'll
small
think,
145er.
yeah,
I fight at 145. I'm small. I should be fighting 125, 135 maybe.
yeah,
I don't do it like I don't do a heavy weight cut or nothing like that.
mm,
Like
mm,
I try to walk around. I try to walk around very close to my fight weight.
right, right, right.
Um, my first few fights, I went in way underweight. I was walking in at 143 into the cage. Like but I feel like that's the healthier thing. Like, and I know I'm very strong for my size. I work with a lot of people. I mean, I work with Trayvon Eller. He's twice my size. That's my cousin.
Mm,
Um, I work with him a lot. I work with a lot of heavier guys, especially in jiu-jitsu. There's a lot of heavier guys, and I control them. They're just like, what? I can't control track, but but some of the jiu-jitsu guys, I can control those guys, and they're like, man, where's your strength come from? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just resilient, and just, I don't know.
You said it, resilient, man. When you got that resilience in you, man, it just people don't understand what that comes from. It comes from a lot of backstory, a lot of
Yeah,
experience,
yeah,
pain, and just getting through so much.
for sure. And I think that's one of the things that makes me like as good as I am and as alert as I am, because I'm the
Mhm.
youngest of four brothers.
Yeah.
Um, I I mean my brother that I grew up with the most, like I lived in the house with my mom and my one brother,
Mhm.
uh, and that's my nephew who I raised as dad. He committed suicide a few years ago. He's always had
Mhm.
like anger issues and just struggles, just struggles with himself.
Right.
So through my entire childhood, he would like literally beat the shit out of me. Like he was always like he tried to kill me when I was younger, like
Right.
a lot.
Right.
So it's like learning how to. I heard an MMA fighter say it on a podcast with Joe Rogan. Learning how to be the nail and not the hammer. Like I
Wow.
knew how to be that. I knew how, like my whole childhood, I would just get beat up all the time, and eventually it got to a point where I was just like this ain't happening no more, and I just
Yeah.
started. Like it was a very slow start for me as a child because my brother would just beat the crap out of me. Then eventually I started just like learning how to defend.
Yeah.
But then I learned like the more I defended him being like he would just be on top of me, beat me up. I started learning how to just defend everything, and I'm watching his movements and starting to learn him. But the more I defend and he wouldn't get through that, the madder he'd get, and he'd just come down on me harder. So
Yeah.
eventually I had to learn like, all right, now I got to fight back, and like through that, I still take that into the cage with me every time. Like there's nothing. Like I don't get fear walking into the cage ever. Like like that. I'm very mentally strong.
Right.
I don't really get nervous. I don't get any type of like fear going into the cage. Um, but I also think about like there's nothing they could do to me that like I was at home alone with my brother every day while my mom was at work. Like there's a referee and there's nothing they can do to me in here that I ain't
That's
been through worse. You know what I mean?
resilience, man. I love that, man. August 29th. Tyler Talley, man. Any last minute shout outs you want to give?
Just shout out to my gym, the people who support me. I'm not one of these young kids. I'm not super popular. I don't got a whole lot of support team, but the people who do support me, I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate my gym, my coaches, everybody who puts their time and effort into me. Um, but I just
Yeah.
I'm just ready to
You
show
just
the world.
ready to show the world something, and from what I see, man, just talking to you and vibing with you, man, it looks to me like you didn't kind of opened up a second chance of something you probably had no idea. I mean,
No
with
idea.
MMA, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
love it. I,
and that's how
I
I
love
am as a person. I I
it.
I, I I'm always willing to just go into new things and try new things, and it opened up a world that I'm passionate about that I never would have thought. When I first watched MMA, I was never interested. I was just like, bro, that's too bloody, gory. Like it's I like boxing. MMA was too much. I'm like, man, if somebody kicked me in the head, I'd shoot him. But but now I love the sport. Like I absolutely love it. I'm
Yeah.
very passionate about it now.
Last question for you, man, is what do you think about AFP as a promotion?
I like what they're doing. Um, I, d- I don't really get too much into the promotions. Like
Mhm.
I like what everybody's doing. I like all three of them. The three big ones in Ohio.
Yeah,
Um, I don't really have a preference,
got it.
but I like that they're showcasing stuff. They showcasing us fighters. It's
So
it's taking
love
us
it,
to the
man.
next level.
For sure, man. Tyler, man, exciting to talk to you, man. I will see you on August 29th. Stop